In this video, we're going to show you how you can create a work order report that you could send to your customer. First thing you want to do is go to the Reports tab by clicking the Reports. You want to create a new report. Select the report type. Type in Work, and you'll see Work Orders. I want the ones with an account. Click on that. You may need to scroll down to see the Create button, which is at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Click Create, and this brings us to the Report Builder. By default, you can see it automatically pulls in the work order and then the account name. It's going to show you your work orders, but let's make sure that we hit all work orders. So show, and then scroll down to all work orders. And we'll get back to that in a second. You can add fields to the work order. We can have the age of the work order assigned to, close date. So let's say for this one, we want only the ones that are closed. So we're going to pull in that close date because we want to show the customer that we are actually closing the work orders before or right at the due date. So you can see to add fields to the report, I can simply drag them over, or you can highlight them and then double click, and it adds them to the report. So as I scroll down, I can look for other fields that I want to add. I can put the location. I can either drag it wherever I want it to appear in the report, or double click and it automatically puts it at the end. You can say priority, status. We don't need status because we're only going to do closed work orders. We can see type. And so now we've added our fields to this report. Now we want to do some additional filters. So I'm going to do this by customer. So I only want, let's say, Wake Forest main campus. So I'm going to go to the account name here, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to highlight it, just like I would cut and paste it. And I'm going to right click, copy, and then we're going to go to add a filter, filled filter. We're going to do it on the account name equals, and then I'm going to paste that in there. So that way it's going to grab only that account, and then I'm going to hit OK. So now you can see it's just for Wake Forest University main campus. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to only show the ones that are closed. So I can do this a couple of ways. I can either say filled equals, so I want the account to equal this, and I want the status equals, and then hit your little icon here to look up the values, closed. Now make sure you remember to hit OK. And so now it's only going to show me the work orders that are closed. So once I'm ready to save that report, I've got all the fields. I'm going to run this report first because this is just a preview. It's only going to show me 50 records. So if there are more than 50 records, I'm not going to see them all. I have to hit Run Report. Now this is going to show me the complete list of closed work orders. So I can scroll down, and this gives me an idea of what I would be sending to the customer. So if I want to do some further customization, you can see I have the date field here. So it automatically pulled in close date to filter on, and it said all time. But I can set a specific range if I like. I can say the current fiscal year, I can do current quarter, and that's automatically going to change the dates. Calendar month, this month. So if I put this month, it's going to change it to the month that we're in. And this is also going to show me maybe some fields that I want to go clean up. So hit run report. So maybe I see some that don't have a particular type. So I can go in, and if I want to edit those records, instead of clicking on the work order number, you put your cursor over it and right click, and you want to open this link in a new tab. Then that takes you to that work order, and then you can make a field update if you need to. Let's go back to the report. And now we have a couple of options. We can see a printable view. So let's say we want to print this view out. We click on the printable view, and that's going to show us what it would look like in a printout. Or we can export this. So we export the details. We can select Excel or a CSV. And then you open it up. And then you can see here is the Excel version of that report. And you can make whatever changes you need to it, and then you can simply email this to a customer. So if you want to make sure that you have this report to refer to later, you want to save it. So let's click Save As, and we're going to say WFU work orders. Give it a description. Shows closed work orders. And you can save that in your personal custom reports. Save and run a report. And now you have that available. You can see this is just for the month, but if I want to change that range again, I can change it to the current quarter. And anytime we edit the time frame, we'll need to rerun the report. So now you can see it is this current quarter. And so much like any document, you want to save as if you want to save that new version. So then when it's time to create the report for the customer the next month or the next week, simply go back to your reports, and you'll either see it as in your recent items here as recent reports that you've looked at, and you can go in and edit and change the criteria as needed. Or if you can't find it there, you can click on your My Personal Custom reports, and then you will be able to scroll down and find that work order report. So this should help you be able to get data out of Salesforce regarding work orders and send it to your customer. Thanks for watching.